I'm Liza Lamana, and I'm the manager of agriculture and water policy. And I'm here to give you your monthly update on the Regenerative Agriculture and Justice Initiative and Clean Water is Good for Business. As a reminder, our Regenerative Agriculture and Justice campaign has two spaces for engagement. Our steering committee meets monthly for in-depth policy discussion and strategy development with members and our partners who have agreed to our shared principles. And the other space is our public policy briefing. This is more of a download space, offering accessible bi-monthly updates designed for members who want to share key issues and build their policy knowledge while connecting with other members interested in agriculture. In September, our steering committee convened and members shared their updates from their organization, including work on soil health, conservation, ecological restoration, and food system transformation to look for areas of alignment on the Farm Bill. We also discussed the recently released MAHA report and strategized ways to engage with its recommendations, focusing on conservation funding in order to build bipartisan collaboration opportunities. We don't know exactly when the Farm Bill will be released, but we know that once a draft comes out, it will be difficult to make changes. That's why now is a critical time to get involved. We discussed areas where this campaign can have the most impact, including pesticide preemption, a federal policy topic that determines whether states can set stricter rules on pesticides than the federal baseline. Right now, in Congress, some are trying to weaken state authority by slipping pesticide riders into the Farm Bill. Riders are short provisions added to larger bills without debate, and these pesticide riders would block states, counties, and cities from protecting schools, parks, drinking water, workers, and wildlife. We're asking House members of Congress to sign on to a Dear Colleague letter opposing pesticide riders and defending local authority to protect communities. Please use our quorum campaign to send a letter to your representative urging them to join this letter today. If you want to learn more about this and other areas of the Farm Bill that we are going to be advocating for, please join our next policy briefing, which will be on October 28th. In September, we didn't have a policy brief, but August's policy briefing, we heard from Kaylin from As You Sow. She presented the new From the Ground Up Regenerative Agriculture Scorecard. The scorecard grades 20 major food companies across 15 indicators, giving investors a standardized way to evaluate whether corporate regenerative claims are backed by measurable outcomes. If you missed this call, you can still watch the recording. I'll provide the link in my email. At our recent Clean Water Steering Committee meeting, we shared federal updates and organizational news. On the Permit Act, which has been the major thing that we've been tracking, Congress still hasn't voted. We already sent a letter with almost 90 signatures asking them to oppose this package of legislation. But since the letter, it hasn't been voted on yet, we're going to keep the sign on open. So if you haven't signed on yet, please add your name or share with others in your network so that we can show an even wider business opposition for the Permit Act. Additionally, we're asking for feedback on the direction of our water work. There's a survey that will be linked in this newsletter to do a temperature check with our members to see how we could best represent your interests. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you online.
Hey everybody, my name is Mike Green.
And I'm Abby Maxwell, and we're going to give you a climate and energy policy update. Mike and I just got back from Climate Week in New York City, and we are so excited to talk about this with all of you. The energy was great in New York, and it was awesome to see so many companies talking about their private sector solutions across their supply chains, and also to get to meet a lot of you in New York for the first time. So that was amazing. Mike, anything else you want to add about Climate Week?
You know, there was a lot of talk going into Climate Week that corporations are pulling back their commitments, aren't willing to speak out as much. Climate Week was going to be quiet and dull in New York City, and I didn't experience that at all. It was packed rooms everywhere we went, getting to meet with some of our funders, getting to meet with some of our businesses. Everyone's got high energy, really excited, and they've got good reason to be excited. I just saw in the New York Times poll that the Democrats in the midterms are pulling ahead a little bit of the Republicans in the Trump administration. And I think that that's showing some opportunity and light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of the climate policies and things that we've been working on that have been, really hitting the rocks since the Trump administration came in. So, looking forward to those midterms, though, we've got two big events that are going to be happening that are really going to be shaping the climate and energy landscape. First, coming up, we have COP and dealing with everything that is going to be on the agenda, how the United States government is going to come and be represented. And the second thing that I really hope breathes some life into the private sector engaging in these policies is our upcoming conference. It's a great way for you to network with some of the leaders who are going to be there, getting to meet with other brands that are gearing up, going into a really, really important 2026. And for us to sit around a virtual table and start to brainstorm a little bit about what is it that we can do to make this next year, really impactful for climate and energy.
I want to elaborate a little on the conference. I'm so excited about it. The conference is from October 21st to the 23rd. It's free for ASBN members, and if you're not a member, we'd love to have you as well. You can check out the details on our conference website. We're super excited. Specifically, we're having a session with our friends at Carbon Business Council that Mike will be participating in. That's about COP30. And then we also, speak of midterm elections, are having a session about the clean energy momentum in purple states with some folks from Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. So really, really excited for those and the conference in general. We have some amazing keynotes, and you can check out all of those details on our website. We look forward to talking to you more next month. Thanks, Mike, for your updates, and have a great month, everyone.
And here is the ASBN Small Business and Local Economy update for September. Our meeting focused on strategies for state-level business networks to adapt to the current political climate. Participants shared their experiences in building their local networks, from rebranding efforts to strategies for organizational financial stability. We covered various funding approaches for the organizations, revenue models, and the importance that community investment funds can play. The group explored sustainability initiatives across the different states and also strategies around membership approaches, advocacy efforts, and the like. There was strong recognition that state business networks and local business networks have an increasing importance given the federal landscapes. So a lot of the discussion was also around how we can be effective in the current political climate. So Kimber Lanning from Local First Arizona was one of our key presenters and talked about the success that they've had in building local business network in Arizona through education, incubator programs, diversified funding. We also had Rebecca Lubo from the New Jersey Sustainable Business Network, who's now going through rebranding efforts, big focus on clean energy policies, where they were emphasizing the need to work with both political parties and operate within the realm of the feasible. The discussion highlighted the importance of adapting strategies to the current moment, focusing on practical solutions and building relationships across the political spectrum. Kimber also emphasized the importance of persistence, gradual progress in achieving goals, and how that could actually help to grow the organizations in terms of them being sought out as partners to drive forward on solutions for small business and local economies. Revenue models were discussed, the importance of seeking diversified funding, especially beyond grants, which are becoming more and more problematic these days. Included strategies around fee for service, contracts from local, county, and states, and providing trainings as a revenue source. The pros and cons of membership models were also discussed, as some organizations have stepped back from membership dues as a revenue source. Uh, Other quick updates: Deb from Local Texas, Be Local Texas, is launching a program in January aimed at helping businesses share resources and support each other. Sandra Theroux, affiliated with BARD, pointed to a partisan local marketplace in Wisconsin as an example of a values-based procurement model. Christina Clamp mentioned the Local Enterprise Assistance Fund procurement platform in Boston, which connects small businesses with anchor institutions. And Chris Miller from the National Coalition for Community Capital discussed their work in launching and piloting community investment funds in various cities and states, including Rhode Island, Michigan, and Grand Rapids. Stay tuned for the next meeting. And of course, we hope to have some deeper discussions at our upcoming conference in October. Here is the Safer Chemicals and Circular Economy September update. On the federal level, we've continued to work to protect the Safer Choice program with the aim of trying to make it permanent. And this has included work to explore the different strategies to enable us to do that, whether it's adding it to the Toxic Substance Control Act or other methodologies. We're presently working on draft language to be able to present to Congress. Additionally, ASBN has made outreach efforts to the Health and Human Services Secretary regarding protecting safer choice, and to date, we've had no response. In the states, in California, the legislative session ended Saturday. The food packaging bill concerning chemicals in food packaging is now a 2-year bill, but will not be addressed this year. California's microplastics bill, AB 823, this would ban microplastics in personal care and cleaning products. It passed the legislature. There was no industry opposition. However, the governor might veto the bill because he didn't like the idea plastic glitter was in the bill, and that's glitter used on the face for cosmetic use, not that glitter used in crafts. All right, so hopefully the governor will sign. SB 682 in California is a PFAS bill that would ban PFAS in 6 product categories, and including cookware. And this includes a long time frame allowing companies till 2030 to sell through their stock. The good news is the bill passed the legislature. It is now before the governor for signature. There is still some industry opposition from the Cookware Sustainability Alliance, which is unfortunate. ASBC and our allies are urging the governor to sign the bill. ASBN has already sent in an organizational support letter, and now we're working on engaging other businesses, especially restaurant owners and chefs. So contact us to sign on. In Massachusetts, ASBN testified in favor of a PFAS bill in the Joint Committee for Public Health. The bill now goes on to other committees. In New York, a broader PFAS campaign is being planned. Additionally, the Stockholm Declaration on Chemistry for the Future is a global agreement that focuses on purposeful chemistry, ethical, sustainable, and innovative solutions. And it's a call for all stakeholders to join in collaborative action to implement solutions for human well-being and environmental protection. ASBN has signed on to the declaration and will be providing it more widely for you to be able to sign on. You could view that at stockholm-declaration.org. And finally, we're continuing our work on development of a plastics fact sheet, making a business case document. Martin Wolf is leading those efforts. So if you want to work on this document with us, please contact Abby or Martin on our team. The next work group meeting is October 15th, normally every third Wednesday of the month. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.